Hi, my name is Ryan Garrett with Blue Ridge Farm, and today I wanted to talk to you about compost methodology. One of the challenges on our farm is that we are a big believer in reducing impacts to the landscape wherever possible. And one of the ways that we do that is that we use a process called soil blocking, and that basically allows us to eliminate making plastic pots and using those and having those end up in the landfill. The challenge to that is that it requires quite a bit of compost in order to make those soil blocks, and this year we ran out. So we outsourced. We bought some organic compost, certified organic compost, and frankly, our plant starts suffered for it. They just didn't have the same level of nitrogen that they would have otherwise had because it was a wood-based product like most certified organic composts are. So to try and make our system a little bit more closed loop, we have upped our compost producing capacity. And behind me, what you see are what are called Johnson-Su bioreactors. That's named after the people who came up with it. And it's based off of a very simplistic concept. Essentially, you have all of the really complex biological growth that occurs in a compost pile happens within about a foot from oxygen. So this whole design is meant to make this entire column be exposed to within a foot of oxygen. Basically, there's no spot in here that isn't within a foot of an air column. And we'll show you kind of how that works. Basically, we have form tubes, and those form tubes are set up in a pattern that you put the compost around, and that compost compresses down to the point where eventually it will maintain its shape and you can pull those form tubes out of the system, thereby allowing just free airflow to go through the system. This allows the compost to heat up in a very natural, kind of more gentle way, which is still going to help kill weed seeds and deal with bacteria, but because you're not turning it constantly, you're not destroying a lot of that complex biology. Like there's a lot of fungal growth that happens in these, which is a good thing for the soil. It's a good thing for the health of the plants that you're later going to be feeding. This is cool because not only is it a better compost, but in order to get it, because we're not using a tractor to turn it all the time, we're not tearing up the landscape around it like we used to. So this is going to up our compost production game so that we can offer better plants in the future, as well as just have a lower impact overall. And we're all about that here at Blue Ridge Farm.